Hey guys, welcome back to MissDesignerChicTV. I had a friend of mine, she's a YouTube subscriber of mine, and I actually know her in person. She asked to remain unknown, but she asked me, how do I feel that you gain self-confidence, cherish life, show your self-confidence, be yourself all the time, because there are so many people who put on a front, um, about who they really are. I feel that we grow into self confidence. Some people feel the need to put on this front as to who they are because that's who they think people would like. I used to do the exact same thing. I used to do or say whatever I thought people wanted to hear. And honestly, that has cost me a lot of friendships, that has cost me relationships. Um, and I lacked a lot of self confidence. I will admit that. And the people who I hurt, I apologize to them. And I realize that we all have flaws. We all grow into, who we are meant to be as people. So I was always that child that was really, really hard headed. That people would tell me stuff, and I would just be like, whatever. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't care if it was my dad, if it was my mom. If it was my aunts or uncles or grandparents, I didn't care. They just didn't want me to do what I wanted to do. That's the thought process that I had when I was like 16, 17, when I was 19 or 20. I think that there's a very big maturity difference between 20 and 21, even though it's only a year. For a lot of people, including myself and a lot of people that I'm really, really close to that are turning between that age, 20 and 21, you realize that you're not a teenager, you're not a child anymore. You know what I mean? Like, when I turned 21, I was still waiting tables and everything like that, and I was still, trying to get back into school. But now I'm still 21. I turned 21 in July. It's now November, and so much has happened to me just in the past couple months that has made me realize that I am not a little kid. That I have to grow up and I have to do things that adults do. So that being said, I also feel that I've grown into a lot into who I'm meant to be as a person, as an adult. So I'm trying to mature a lot of things about myself. But if you guys watch my videos, you will know that I am very much so a goofball, and I don't mind showing that. So when I was probably at my lowest level was when I was in high school, probably up until my senior year. My senior year, I really didn't care what anybody thought about me, so I kind of just did whatever I wanted to do, and I was my goofy self again, like whatever. But prior to my senior year of high school, my mom had just passed away my freshman year, so I moved. So me and my sister moved here, or moved to Greenville. And that was my freshman year of high school, and I didn't really care about school at that point. I was just like, fuck life, to be honest with you. I didn't care, about anything. I didn't care about making friends. I didn't care about, school or my grades or going to college. That wasn't really a thought in my mind. I wasn't really that worried about it. And I think that I was like the most blessed person in the world because I met she's still my best friend to this day, 8 years later or 7 years later. Um, Blessed Angel oh 07, she has a channel here on YouTube. Angela, she's my very, very best friend. She's very, she grew up in the church. She's really, really positive, and I feel like I'm really blessed to have her in my life because even though, my family was telling me stuff, it was like they're all older than me, and I just felt like they were constantly telling me what to do. And for me, I don't know, I know a lot of people are like me, but for me, the kind of personality and the kind of person that I am, or especially that I was, I don't like for people to tell me what I'm supposed to do or what I need to do. Like, I'm not a little kid. I'm not, don't tell me what I need to do. You can give me advice on what I should do, but when you're yelling at me and you're trying to drill it into my head that this is what I need to be doing, then it's like I pretty much shut out anything that you have to say. Like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear what people say they need to be doing. So I pretty much shut that out. I was like, whatever. But when I talked to Angela, she was all like, telling me what verses in the Bible to read, and just giving me a very, very positive outlook on life. And we're so different, but we're very similar at the same time. Like, we're both, really goofy. We both have this like fun outlook on life, but in a lot of other ways, we're really, really different. But opposites attract is how we ended up being best friends. But yeah, I wasn't very confident. People would talk about me. They would talk about how I dressed because I couldn't get my eyebrows waxed, or I never got to get my hair done. It's not that we couldn't afford it. My dad just wasn't into letting us grow up too fast, pretty much. So I couldn't wear makeup. I see all these like 14, 15-year-olds out here as makeup gurus on Facebook. That wasn't me when I was 14. When I was 14, I was wearing those ugly, big button front shirts with the denim skirts that came to my knees with a pair of kids. Like, I was not dressing cute at all. Like, that wasn't what you were going to school for. So people would make fun of me. I was always the really quiet one. I never really said anything to anybody. Same thing on my sophomore year. Junior year, I started to grow into a little bit, my self-confidence and not really caring what people thought about me, and started making more friends and stuff, automatically thinking that people didn't like me for whatever reason, because there were some people that used to tell me, oh, as much stuff as I didn't have compared to the ones that were getting everything they wanted. Everybody told me I was stuck up, and I'm just like, just because I don't want to talk to you, that makes me stuck up. Anyway, so, my junior year or my sophomore year of high school, I started working at a grocery store. So I didn't really have time to have friends because I used to leave straight from school, go home, change my clothes, go straight to work every day pretty much. Senior year, I started working with one of my really good friends, Jennifer. She's awesome. She's from New York, so now we're closer. I'm in Maryland. I can't wait to see her. But anyways, so me and Jennifer started working together, and she didn't really work that often because she ran track, but I always admired Jennifer as well because she was very, very confident, and I admire that in her. But as I went into my senior year, I started to be a little bit more confident. I made a lot more friends. I was a lot more open to hanging out with people, and then I got to a point where I felt like I could trust anybody. I went to college. My freshman year of college, I had 3 roommates, 3 girls, and we stayed in a 4-bedroom apartment. And one of them I still actually talk to this day. We actually got into it probably about a year ago, or maybe over a year, almost 2 years ago. We got into it. And I didn't talk to her for a really long time, and like, we're okay now. I talk to her now. She's cool. I started making friends with the wrong people that I didn't really need to hang around, and that part of me where you feel like you have to conform to how people are, that part of me started to come out, and I started to act how I thought people wanted me to act. I started to talk and say things that I thought people wanted me to say, and how they wanted me to talk, and how they wanted me to be, and it wasn't me. You know what I mean? And in the end, I ended up losing a friend. I told her a lot of stuff, and I don't know, that part of me came out, and I don't like that part of me. I'm slowly trying to diminish that part of me because um, it doesn't make very rational decisions at all. So I had long talks with a lot of people that I feel like I've hurt, and I feel like I've learned from it. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot of stuff, a lot of craziness. And most of the drama I probably brought on myself. So I moved away to Maryland to sort of create a new life. And I know a lot of people might look at it like I was running away from the problem. I was not running away from my problems. All of the problems that I feel like I've had were settled before I left, or it was just drama that was started after I got here. And that was a big part of the reason why I moved, because it was just constantly drama, and somebody saying this about you, and somebody saying this about you, and it's like always something, and I was just tired of dealing with it. So I moved. I moved 8 hours away from my home. I have never known anything else other than South Carolina, and I moved away because I was tired of it. I was tired of the drama, tired of people talking about me. To gain self confidence, I feel like you have to let go of what everybody else has to say about you. Because, like I said, everybody is always going to have something to say. Never fails. They always have something to say. You can be not spending enough money on clothes. You can be spending too much money on clothes. You can be making straight A's. You can be making straight F's. You can be really hyper and fun and goofy all the time. You can be really mad. Either which way, they're going to talk about you. So you might as well be the person that you want to be and let them talk about you how they're going to talk about you. But start surrounding yourself around positive people who like who you are. Not who you could be, not who you could make yourself be. They like who you are. And I feel like if you can't accept me, then that's your problem. You don't have to be my friend. I'm not begging you to be my friend. But if you're watching this video, I'm letting you know ahead of time, this is me. I don't care about your comments. I don't care or about your negative comments. If you guys have something positive to say, go ahead and post it. In order to keep your self-confidence, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. If you make YouTube videos, do it. You know what I mean? You know how many people think I'm crazy because I sit here. I have people walk outside my window all the time looking at me like, who is she talking to? And my friends, I have a lot of people, let me take that back. I have a lot of associates who have a problem or talk junk about the fact that I make YouTube videos. You think I care? No. You know, I may not be, I don't have everything in the world. I don't, get to go out and spend I don't know. You have to be confident in who you are. You have to be confident in who you have. You don't have to try to live up to be like somebody else to be something good. You know what I mean? I don't have a whole lot of clothes. I don't have a whole lot of shoes. I don't get to go and buy like cases and cases of makeup and go and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on stuff. I don't get to do that. Everything that I have to work for. I still have bills to pay. I have bills to pay. I have a car with a flat tire out there. Everybody, you have responsibilities still. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love making YouTube videos. I love to go shopping. I love to buy makeup. I love to buy purses and shoes and clothes and all that kind of stuff. But I can't just go out and spend a whole bunch of money because I want to do a haul on YouTube. My bills still have to be paid. And just as my daddy would have told me if he was sitting right here today, because he tells me this all the time, get your shit together. Put your shit first. Gained my self-confidence with age because, like I said, probably just last year, I was running around behind my friends trying to be like them, trying to go out and party like them. And, when I turned 21, when I was 20, I was going out, I was drinking all the time. Anytime you ever talk to me, I was wasted, never failed, always wasted, always going out, spending all this money. I got my apartment earlier this year or last year or whatever it was. Got me an apartment, still will go buy a bottle of wine every night, wasted, all the time. I turned 21, I didn't really drink on my birthday. Like, I didn't get drunk. Well, I'll take that back. I learned very quickly that I can't drink alcohol and eat chicken. We went to P.F. Chang's and I ate some chicken and I got sick and I got drunk and then threw it all up and was like instantly sobered and was done for the night. I had like two shots of tequila, a margarita, and then we went and bought some wine. I had a glass of wine. In addition to everything else that I had. But I wasn't drunk on my birthday. And everybody's like, you're 21, you're supposed to be wasted. And I'm just looking at it like, no, you don't have to be wasted because you're 21. I drank. I got to legally buy me a drink. I was excited, or have people buy me a drink. I was excited about it, whatever. Yeah, no. So, I don't really drink anymore. I couldn't tell you last time I drank anything. It's probably been 2 or 3 months. But when you're going out and you're 24, you're 25, and you're trying to play beer pong, that's a problem. So, I'm 21. Yes, I can legally drink. I can legally drink for the rest of my life now. I don't have to drink a whole bunch just because I'm 21. But at some point you have to grow up. I'm here, I'm working, I got a better job, I moved. I'm happy. Be confident, guys. Love yourself. Don't care what other people think about you. Be happy. Bye.